Telegram boss Pavel Durov was detained in France, according to the French media, you guys. That's right. Telegram founder and CEO Pavel Durov was detained at a Paris airport for allegedly enabling criminal activity with his encrypted messaging app, French media reported on Saturday. France issued an arrest warrant for Durov on charges of complicity in drug trafficking crimes against children and fraud due to the lack of moderation on Telegram and his failure to cooperate with law enforcement. The TF1, LCI, and BFM TV media outlets reported all of this. The 39-year-old billionaire was detained on the tarmac of the Paris-Le Bourget airport after his private jet landed from Azerbaijan. TF1 reported that TF1 quoted an anonymous investigator as saying that Durov would most likely be placed in pre-trial detention. In a quote on his platform, he allowed an incalculable number of offenses and crimes to be committed, for which he did nothing to moderate or cooperate with law enforcement. TF1 quoted a source close to the case as saying the arrest warrant was reportedly only valid in France. So I guess he shouldn't have landed in France, huh? But nonetheless, Durov allegedly knew that he was persona non grata in France and rarely traveled to Europe and avoided countries where Telegram was under surveillance by security forces, a source close to the investigation told TF1. In a quote, "He made a mistake tonight. We don't know why, and why this flight. Just a stopover. In any case, he's in custody," TF1 quoted the source as saying. And Telegram is widely used by Russian speakers, and it has become a key platform for sharing information about the war in Ukraine and is reportedly used by the Russian military to communicate as well. Telegram is the main social media network through which open source information is spread about the war. That includes footage, but also opinions and analysis from Russian and Ukrainian military sources. A significant change on Telegram's policies could have a significant effect on the information domain for this war, military expert Rob Lee said on Twitter, or better known as X. Deputy Russian State Duma Speaker Vladsky Dunnikov said he sent an appeal to Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to seek Durov's release, and in a quote says, his arrest may be politically motivated and a tool to gain access to the personal information of Telegram users. This must not be allowed, the state-run RIA Novosti news agency quoted Dankov in saying. The Russian-born boss of Telegram, which he says boasts over 900 million users, is currently based in Dubai, and he became a naturalized French citizen back in August of 2021. Durov, also the founder of Confornate social network, left Russia back in 2014 after he refused to share Conright's user data with Russian security services, and Russia later unsuccessfully attempted to block Telegram over its alleged refusal to provide users online communications to security services. In a quote, his non-cooperation with the FSB in favor of free speech is unfortunately completely neutralized by his non-cooperation with anyone to stop Telegram from being used for all these terrible things. It was his choice. Was it possible to do one and not the other? Wrote investigative journalist Christo Grozev. Well, you guys, man, the free speech is definitely under attack, and I can tell you exactly why he was targeted is because Telegram is the only open source app communication that does not cooperate with the NSA, any of the federal bureau agencies, whether that be the U.S. or in any of these other different agencies throughout the world in giving backdoor and access to these agencies to monitor citizens. So shout out to this gentleman right here fighting the fight for our freedom of speech. But nonetheless, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this.
Instantly deletes Telegram account.
I'm gonna jump in on this. Okay, freedom of speech is not related to commercial conduct. Let's get it clear. So there's a massive conflation at the notion of freedom of speech which is personal expression, which has nothing to do with commercial conduct. This guy's a billionaire. Why is he a billionaire? Because of Telegram. That is not personal expression. So that argument just not a chance. The second thing is he didn't get arrested because of free speech. He got arrested because he thought that he was above the law as somebody who is in the highest echelon of power and resources, and he failed to comply with the French request to cooperate. Now, do you see Mark Zuckerberg thumbing his nose at Congress he has to go there and answer questions?
Yeah, I have.
No,
I have seen him do that. I have seen him do that.
No. We'll cover that tomorrow with links. Show the receipts. The point is, just because you're rich doesn't mean that you can't. That you're above reprimand. So he had to go jump through some hoops. He chose not to. So he fucked around and found out. What did he think was going to happen? Had he chosen to engage with them and said, thank you, French authorities, for your concern around the app. Here's what my roles, my limitations. Here's how we do this. Go and answer a couple questions, brought a little French interpreter, whatever. Then he wouldn't have got arrested on the tarmac. But he didn't do that. So then he gets arrested and Elon comes flocking going, oh my God, another tech entrepreneur who's being discriminated against because he's supporting free speech. Bullshit. He fucked around and found out. What do you think was going to happen?
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you look at what happened with the people, what was that whole metaverse thing where they were the dark web for crypto?
Oh, yeah, Silk Road.
Pirate Bay.
Yeah, Silk Road.
Silk Road.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy is still sitting in a prison somewhere, right? So
he's going to get pardoned when Trump gets elected.
He also did pay to have some people killed. It wasn't just that he was running a drug website. He actually tried to pay to have people killed.
Like
allegedly. I mean, listen. Telegram
it's not allegedly. It's not allegedly.
Well, it's not allegedly. They have
because of it.
Actually, I've seen the documentation because I'm pro drugs and pro freedom and thought that the Silk Road was awesome, but to have people murdered is not cool.
I agree with that.
The cops showed Matthew the evidence while he was on top of the art car in 2012.
I'm actually a Fed, you guys. I can't believe you thought I was a hippie this whole time.
Oh boy.
He's well fed.
Yeah, exactly.
They put you on the front of the art car like a little Mathieu St hood ornament, or what happened? I need more.
Special agent in charge, you guys.
I bet.
I'm sick.
I bet.
But I think it's extremely manipulative for Elon Musk to try to frame this as some sort of liberty issue.
Where did Elon Musk come into this?
Because he's quoted in the article, and if you look at this article on the internet,
I didn't say Elon Musk. I didn't say Elon Musk at all. This whole article.
No, you didn't. But I read this article, and then I read a bunch of the other articles that cover the exact
Elon Musk
same
wasn't
thing.
mentioned at all in this article. Just saying.
Oh, Yarrow actually did some research, so he's given
That's all. That's all good.
Yeah,
That's
man.
all.
Jason's mad that Yarrow's reading.
No, I'm not. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with that. But just
his overwhelming love and support and protection of the billionaire class out there, man.
I love billionaires. They're my favorite people.
I mean,
it's an elitist.
I hope to have these problems someday. I hope to have the problem of my private jet where my hubris and failure to comply with the request of a government when I could have delegated it to a high-profile, highly compensated attorney. I hope that that's the thing that gets me in trouble. Like that is just such a first-world problem. I just don't feel sorry for this guy. But I did notice, because I read the article, Jason, that France has court processes on Sunday. And that's what upsets me, okay? Not that the billionaire got arrested, but that they have court on Sunday. Is nothing sacred? That's fucking football. Why would you court on a Sunday?
What is this Sabbath?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sabbath is a Saturday, but court should never be on Sunday.
I know this.
Oh boy,
I mean, you know what? I can make an argument for Sunday court. If you get arrested on a Friday for a long weekend, just go ahead and throw me in Sunday morning and let me get a bail and get on up out of here. So